All right, for problem D, I see I've got some missing terms. I'm missing the third power, so I'm going to put a 0 in there. And I'm also missing the plain number at the end, so I'm putting a 0 there as well. So I'm going to let you try to do that first step. We're thinking x times what is x to the fourth? So x times what is x to the fourth? You should have an x to the third up here. And then once we have the number at the top, we multiply it by these two. And we write it down here. So x to the third times x is x to the fourth. X to the third times 1 is x to the third. I draw the line, and I'm subtracting both of these. So these subtract to be 0 like they should. 0x to the third minus 1x to the third leaves me with negative 1x to the third. And so now the question you're asking yourself is x multiplied by what is negative 1x to the third? So go ahead and see if you can figure out what that is. X multiplied by what is negative 1x to the third? And you should have written negative 1x squared. So if we multiply those, we get negative 1x to the third minus 1x squared, and we draw the line, and we're subtracting a negative here, so that makes a positive, and we're subtracting a negative there, so that also makes a positive, and so these subtract to be 0 like they should. Negative 4x squared and positive 1x squared makes negative 3x squared. So the next step, we're saying x multiplied by what is negative 3x squared. And so you should have negative 3x. And then we're going to go ahead and take this and multiply it by these two. So we get negative 3x squared and negative 3x. And I draw the line, and we're subtracting. So subtracting a negative 3x squared means minus minus makes a plus. Minus minus makes a plus. So these are 0 like they should be. That subtracts to give you negative 3x. I'll go ahead and drop down the 0. Go ahead and see if you can do the next step. So x times negative 3 is what gives us negative 3x. And then negative 3 times x is, oh, I should have dropped this all the way down. That was silly of me. All right, negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. And here we're subtracting a negative, so that makes a positive. Here we're subtracting a negative, that makes a positive. So these subtract to be 0 like they should. And then 0 plus 3 is 3. And see if you can remember what to do with that 3. So this 3 right here is your remainder, and it's positive, so I have a plus. And then I've got 3 over x plus 1.